Hi guys, 732 Review Crew here. I am Mikey.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Mike.
And we are back today with the first episode of the second season of Battlestar Galactica. This one is titled Scattered. Now, after that very, very insane cliffhanger last episode with Adama getting shot twice, I'm curious to see what's going on because it just ended abruptly after he got shot. We have
no idea what's happening.
We have Starbuck, Hilo, and Sharon on the planet trying to get off Caprica now, as well as we have Adama injured, so that means next in command is the XO.
Don't forget, we also have the scientist on the planet going through the wildest trip ever.
Yeah, Altar is going through the wildest psychedelic trip ever. And we found out that Sharon is pregnant, and that maybe this is what they're considering the child that number 6 was talking about with Baltar,
the chosen one.
Yeah. Now we have a disclaimer from Joe.
Yes, so they know nothing. I may know something because I had to open the box and look at the box cover and go through the opening menu, and for whatever reason they decided to include some stuff they probably shouldn't have. I kind of wish there was an option of
spoiler
first time viewing, because I guess they assumed whoever bought this Blu-ray, it wasn't their first time watching it. So
unfortunately,
not a fan of that.
Unfortunately, Joe knows something, but we don't know what he knows because we shut our eyes. So thank you for jumping on that. Unfortunately, there's no other way for us to get
the sacrificial lamb over here.
Unfortunately, there's no other way for us to get the episode started than to start it up like that. But we're not going to dwell on it too long. Thank you for joining us. Once again, Patreon does have a full free length, so go check it out. And if you do feel like supporting us, it does go a long way. So thank you very much to those out there. Otherwise, we're starting season 2, episode 1 in 3, 2, 1. Right into it. Right here.
Good.
I'm your new shipmate.
That mustache.
Saul tie.
We've got tension pneumo. I'm going to stick him in release suppression.
Oh, he's got to pop lung.
What's going on? What happened?
Sergeant of the guard, secure that thing in the break.
Oh, she didn't know.
Nah.
No, wait.
Colonel Ty! Let's go! Going! He's my father! Colonel!
Could this be a prelude to a silent attack?
How would they know where we are?
Valeri could have told them, sir.
What? How?
Jadis! Single contact. Silent base star, bearing 487 carat 015.
Sir, we can't stay here.
So what's your plan here? Personally, I tend to go with what you know. Till something better turns up.
We are making an immediate jump to the emergency coordinates.
Go!
Sir, Doc Coddle is still 15 minutes away.
You'll have to rejoin us on the other side of the jump.
Someone get this fracking thing off me, please. I'm not authorized to do that yet.
I'm behind the fracking bars!
Is Dr. Coddle with him?
No, Doc Coddle's not on board.
Jump completed.
Report.
Jadis is empty, no contacts.
Oh, fuck.
Contacts. Where's the fleet?
No colonial signals.
We sabotaged the jump.
This is only getting worse, huh?
Yeah.
You're going to make a wonderful father.
What?
See, I told you!
Speaking metaphorically, of course.
And literally. She's our child, guys.
I called it.
A little girl.
I'm curious what this is.
Do you want to hold her? She's real.
She is.
She may not be with you yet, but she will be.
I'm having a little difficulty. I'm trying to understand. I want to understand.
Oh, he's all
You're the
mangled.
mother.
And
Sure
you're
he
the
is.
father.
Am I the father?
This Sarah's on. It should help you breathe a little easier.
Everybody down!
What was that?
That's silence?
LT! I think we should double check the supplies before we bug out.
Sorry, Chief, we don't have the time. If that's an aircraft turbine, they're gonna be on us any moment.
LT, we gotta make sure we have everything.
We don't have the time, Chief!
So they're just leaving supplies.
I also want to point out that Baltar always says "God damn it" now instead of "gods."
Gata was supposed to transmit them to the rest of the fleet.
So it's Gata's fault.
The kid was overwhelmed. He had his hands full.
This doesn't sound like you, Saul. You don't let people slide. You bust their ass.
Fuck you, Ellen. Sorry, I hate Ellen.
Facts, though.
This will be Adama's command until the day he dies.
What a good XO.
So say we all.
So say we all.
Gotta keep going. You gotta make him say it louder.
How long will it take to calculate once we get back there?
If we shut down all their functions, 12 hours.
Yo.
Ty's not letting me out of here. I put a gun to his head. He won't forget that anytime soon.
He's got a point.
This is I would just chalk up to blood loss if I was him.
Dude, is Baltar gonna become a witch?
Just listening to the birds.
I'll be damned. I don't remember the last time I heard birds.
In like 60 days.
We're out of Sarazone.
Tarn, get the other med kit. What other med kit? Don't fucking tell me. We pulled 2 med kits from the ship. I told you to keep an eye on both of them.
I only saw the one, sir.
There were 2.
His lungs are filling up with fluid. If he doesn't get more Sarazone soon, he's not gonna make it.
You forgot the med kit, so you're gonna have to go back and get it. Take a rifle, 3 clips of ammo, and a canteen. What? Move!
You can't send them alone.
You question my orders, Chief.
No, I'm just pointing out a flaw in your plan. Doesn't need to be any bigger than that. Callie and I can go with them. Sidearms out. Tarn, you're bringing up the rear, in the middle. Shh. Eyes and ears.
Look at him just taking charge.
Yeah. He's the only one with, I think, actual combat experience.
I think so.
Sharon the Cylon is right.
Looks crazy like that.
All right, I remember how you felt about her, but that is not the real Sharon. I remember the first day I met you, Starbuck. You were puking your guts out in the head because you'd eaten bad oysters on the bridge. Don't do that. Hey! I don't like it, and I don't like you. What do you want from me, Hilo? She's a Cylon. You've been had. We've been had. Get out of the way.
No.
Carl, do not think that I will not shoot.
Jeez.
She's carrying my child.
My God, it's made her so painfully stupid sometimes. How do you know that? You can't have a baby with a machine.
She needs to get the fuck out of there.
Oh, is she stealing the ship? Bro.
Bitch took my ride.
I would have shot him on principle at
Sharon took the ship?
Yeah, dude. I don't trust her at fucking at all. I think it's all part of the plan.
Well, the bullets tore up his spleen.
I kinda
His blood
trusted her.
pressure is way down. Somebody needs to get in there and stop the bleeding, or we'll lose him.
I'm getting back into my fleet. I want you to come with me, Saul.
Why is his hand bloody?
You're gonna have to go in yourself. Today you're a doctor.
One of the few things I'd be like, I can't do it, dude. I'm sorry. You just gonna start beating the fuck out of her, or what?
I don't think he's that kind of guy.
I'm with Mikey on that.
How's the commander?
Like, see, I think this is an act. I don't buy it.
Thank the gods.
Said God.
There we go.
Okay, now he did hit her.
Oh, and he hit her on the side with the wound.
Just get it over with, you fracking coward.
Oh, he does have that in him. Yeah, he got that dog in him.
He got that dog. Yeah, see, I told you. You guys fucking no way.
Give me your gun.
Get it over with.
They should fucking dissect her instead. Are you kidding me?
They don't have Baltar.
Who's gonna do it? Baltar? The Cylon sympathizer?
If anybody should on mob duty, it's LT.
Down, get down!
Yeah! Jesus Christ.
Top the ridge!
Is that them shooting at themselves?
I think so, Mikey.
Coming for you, Kobol! Get on me, get on me!
With the bullet wounds? Oh.
Jesus Christ.
No, shh, it's okay. It's okay.
I still think it was friendly fire.
Not your fault, Lieutenant.
I was the OD.
It was crazy.
So on deck.
So he looks like butter. Wild.
Why do you do that?
He's thinking about the jump plan?
The butter, it all makes sense.
but we network the FTL computer with the nav, DC, and fire control computers. Once they're linked, we'll only need 10 minutes to complete the calculations.
They won't be able to shoot.
They don't have
The old man would never do this, Colonel.
They're building a network.
Sir, if we don't do this, we're never going to find the fleet.
Begin jump prep.
He's doing it.
Those are my orders.
Dude, he's really going through it.
So how'd you do it? How'd you get off this frickin' freighter?
Connections. Ann's father is a friend in the defense subcommittee.
So the new wife comes through.
I have some pull. You watch me. I'll have my own Battlestar one day.
All right. You have my parole. When I'm not on duty, I'll report directly back to this cell.
The great or good?
Good hunting, Captain. Colonel, once you find the fleet, I'd like to have a word with you.
There's nothing to talk about. You went up against the old man and you lost.
The loyalty, bro.
That's it. Simple plan.
No corners on the boat.
So simple to do.
I'm starting to think Gaeta could be a fucking Cylon though.
I don't think so.
No.
Wish Dr. Baltar was here.
Hell with that. Take your work over that shifty son of a bitch anything.
Bro, it's so wild that there's so many fighter drones.
Yeah.
I like how they dock in the hangars.
Yeah,
like slot.
it's crazy.
It's like a hot beehive.
Yeah.
Woo!
Let's get these psychos. Hey, Flyboy, you know we got a pool going, right? So you get some of those kills now that Starbucks AWOL?
Well, we know I'm gonna clean up.
Defib now!
Power's unstable. The battery units are at the aid stations.
Well, then get me a knife.
First firewall penetrated.
What the fuck is that?
New ship.
Is it a bomber?
Yeah, maybe.
Bro. It's not looking hot.
Will you pray with me?
Billy, you about to judo chop the guard down now?
Help your prophet Laura guide us to the path of righteousness.
People believe her.
That we might break.
Second firewall's been breached.
Can't get through more walls. You're doing good.
Bro. Thing's a juggernaut. Damn, that's crazy.
No, it's flak, not frack.
It's oh.
Boarding ship.
They're through the fourth firewall. One left to lead access to our mainframe. We have a solution for the fleet's position. Break the network.
Nice.
Network is broken.
Fuck. No, it's gotta. Yeah.
Multiple contacts round the board.
So I have to wait for the Wi-Fi to load.
Get that doctor back on board, please.
From now on, no more heart massages for me. I'm sticking to pills and enemas.
I managed to stop the bleeding, but he's still critical.
Can you hear me, Bill?
Oh. Huh?
Major Adamus, compliments. He wishes me to inform you you've been reinstated in the Colonial Fleet with the rank of captain.
Major Adamus. If you'd just let me be, I'd have died back there in Caprica along with everyone else and been happier for it.
Yikes, dude.
I don't want to command. I never did. Don't you dare die on me now.
Can't believe they didn't have a team immediately go check it out.
Right?
Like what? It had a pilot, I'm imagining.
Oh yeah.
Pilot.
Oh, just silent.
Boy, it is a boring party.
Those new look.
They look more heavily armored, yeah.
And this is the discussion. So I wrote a bunch of things down, but just to start, we'll touch on the ending. So there's obviously a new Cylon ship, and
like a transport.
Is it their version of what the humans have?
A raptor?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's a fair.
It seems like that. It has self-defense, though. That's the only difference is the raptors don't have weapons, where this one had guns.
Well, the raptors have weapons. It's just not like actual weapons. It's like
electronic warfare.
Yeah.
They're like, they're a command ship. Like if
yes.
Like, and the easiest way I could describe it is on EVE Online. They're an electronic warfare ship, so they have different roles. Other than regular ships, they don't have main weapons, but that makes their job actually a little bit more important because they're kind of like a tactical ship that kind of relays commands and whatnot.
Well, the U.S. Air Force also has dedicated airplanes that are strictly for electronic warfare.
Whereas this seemed like more of a transport.
This was like a transport / like a border ship.
Yeah, it seemed like it was armored, had some point defenses.
Yeah, that's why I was like, they didn't investigate
what
crash
the fuck?
landing. I was like,
now, the Cylons,
new mystery ship.
The Cylons are also more upgraded.
They seem like they had more armor
because I don't remember them having the back piece.
Yeah, they seem like upgraded battle droids.
Now,
right?
Super battle droids.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah.
To discuss Sharon on the planet of Caprica with what's going on there. It's crazy. She just stole the ship and flew away.
I know everyone keeps trusting her, and I'm like, I don't understand why they're buying any of this shit. So like, she's already proven numerous times that like she's the boy who cried wolf, kind of. And she's like, oh my god, who shot the commander? Like, she fucking knows.
So
it's
that's Boomer. That we're talking
it's just no. I'm talking about Sharon and or Boom. It doesn't matter.
He's talking about Caprica.
I'm talking about Caprica.
Yeah, that's Sharon.
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm saying they're the same model and they're deploying the same tactics. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. Like, I'm innocent. I didn't mean to. I'm really sorry. And then she's like, like at every possible opportunity. So at this point, they should not trust the Sharon / Boomer models at all.
Well, to be fair, in this situation, if I was there and I didn't know all the stuff that we know from being the fourth wall person, being the observers, I would probably not trust the people who killed my human race. Even if I fell in love with them, I would just think that's even weirder. And then that would probably be in my head. I'd be like, oh my God, that's how they did it. But in this, Hilo obviously falls in love because he's been with her for a while.
Being an idiot.
It seems like they aren't aware that we aren't aware yet, but from what Starbucks states, they think that the Cylons are clones of real people. We don't know if they aren't yet.
Right.
Yes,
we haven't,
correct. They don't realize that Sharon was always a Cylon.
Correct, and every single version of Sharon is a Cylon.
Yes,
there is no maybe real Sharon out there because that would not make sense. It would be crazy if she was maybe one of the original inventors and they all made one in their likeness, but that's not what we know yet.
I don't think Hilo is being like poorly written in how he keeps doing it. I think it's completely understandable how he like falls in love with Sharon and believes her because she's been doing all of this stuff that like if you ignore the fact that she's a Cylon would show that she's like a good person trying to help him, and the fact that like they're human looking, so you trust them because you don't think Cylon immediately. You're like, this is the evolution of Cylons. Maybe they're more people. Sure. Maybe they have that independence that we do.
Sure. I'm just saying that they keep making the same mistake. Like, even look at Boomer.
Yeah, the Colonel should have shot Boomer.
Boomer, when the Colonel walked in, she's like, is he okay? What happened? Oh my God. And then he like beats her up and he's like, gonna kill her or like holding the gun to her head, and then she like gives up the whole point. She's like, just kill me, get it over with, just do it. And it's like, well, because if I was truly innocent or was like, I don't understand what's going on, I wouldn't. No. I know. But she was making it seem like she didn't realize what she did.
But she has so much guilt over all of this that we've seen through the whole first season.
Yes.
So she's like, I'm not a Cylon, but she knows she's doing all of these things and she's in denial about it. So I don't think it's like, kill me like I'm an evil Cylon. It's like, kill me, I'm tired of dealing with this. And she messed up the first time.
Well, considering they're trying to be as close to human as possible, she, as a human, has gaps in her memory. And any human, if Cylons didn't exist and you existed on an everyday basis, and anywhere from 1 to 10 hours of your life every day is just missing from your memory, you would start to have mental breakdowns and mental issues. You couple that with the fact that there's from the first time we saw her, the water episode, the water blowing up. She found bombs in her bag, so she thought somebody was pinning it on her, and then maybe she started to realize that she was the one doing it. I do believe that the Cylons, my theory is that Cylons have two separate consciousnesses. the one that receives the orders and the one that hides the orders, because it would be way too complicated and intricate if they were trying to play a fake persona instead of just giving them a computer switch that flips in their head on and off.
It was so
you
funny.
don't have to agree with this. It's just what I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I disagree.
It's funny you say that, though, because I literally just watched a House episode, and it's the one where the patient has like the split brain.
Yeah.
So he has like the left brain and the right brain. That's all they're talking about.
Exactly.
So like the right brain like made him stand up, and they were like, "What are you doing?" And the left brain was like, I was cold. I was gonna go get a sweater." And everyone was like, "Huh?"
Well,
and then
yeah.
So like I see what you're getting at with like the Cylon thing, because like maybe one part of their brain is actually getting it, and the other one's the rationalization.
Exactly, because we see her interact with Cylon's versions of herself, and if she knew she was a Cylon from the start and all this stuff, and was open and was willing, if she personally was willingly doing all these actions, when she saw Cylon's versions of herself, she wouldn't have a panic attack and freak out like she did with what they did with them. Instead, she would be like, "Oh, those are me." But instead, she had the opposite reaction when she saw versions of herself. She kind of had a freak out, and she's like, "What's going on? This can't be real. I'm not a Cylon." And they were like, "No, you are a Cylon." So I think that was her finally acknowledging that she is a Cylon, because this entire time she's been so afraid to be a Cylon that she even went to Baltar to get tested, and he was like, "Nope, you're not a Cylon." So she didn't believe she was a Cylon up until this moment, and I believe even when she shot Adama, she didn't know she was a Cylon. That part of her brain shut off. And then when she came back after shooting him, she's like, "What happened? Who shot him? What happened?" And it's because the ultimate way to make an espionage agent is to make two separate personalities. One that doesn't know what's going on, so therefore if you interrogate and torture them, they cannot break. And the other one that knows what's going on, and then you just keep switching on and off. Which makes sense if you have a highly advanced computer program technology that can not only change personalities, like if you die, your consciousness gets changed. It would make sense that they could flip consciousness of what they're doing on and off to make the ultimate sleeper agent.
Now, and you still think she's just a paid actor?
I mean, look.
That's what I think.
All I'm saying is, what Mikey is saying, yes, I believe that's what they're trying to get at. Yes. Like, obviously. She also tried to kill herself.
Yeah.
So, like, not an effective sleeper agent if that agent is becoming aware and trying to kill themselves. Mm-hmm. But all the while, like, I don't know. I just don't like that.
There's something
more so. I guess it's just that I think it's lame and I don't like it.
You think the Colonel should have just shot Boomer and been done with it?
No, I don't think they should. I think that's stupid at this point. I think they have to interrogate the fucking hell out of her, or like later, unfortunately, like figure out what they're actually dealing with.
If like Mikey's right, then like
interrogation does nothing.
It's because it's
but they can try to figure out a way to incite the Cylon brain to turn on.
And that's also based
like it's at this point it does nothing for them to kill her. It's stupid for them to kill her.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
Now they know.
It's a security risk, even with 4 guards posted. Because remember, we saw, I forget what his name was, but on the president.
Sure, like she should clearly be like more restrained.
Like Boomer can probably just break out.
Now, does Hilo? I mean, the Sharon with Hilo makes sense to me in the sense that she,
that made no sense.
No, it makes sense to me in the sense that
she's fleeing.
She's fleeing
because Thrace is going to kill her.
Mm-hmm. They're just going to kill her. But also maybe they finally managed
But then she left the man she loves behind. The father of her future child.
Remember, we've said it's been since episode 1, the babies are like all the Cylons.
What if that exact moment lines up to when the Adama gets shot?
How did she know the ship was out there? Huh? How'd she know?
Oh, that's easy. They
didn't see that land.
I'm pretty sure they scouted the outside. They came in after her.
They came in after her, sure.
Yeah, they would obviously see the ship outside because it's a big ship. You're not going to miss
But they came in from like the back of the
Which is also
I don't know.
Also, how would Starbuck get there unless you had a ship?
Now, the one thing I want to mention is maybe that moment of her running away lined up with Adama being shot. It was the simultaneous activation of both units, because when you activate a unit, maybe it activates all of them that way.
Just like puts out a pulse signal.
Because up until this moment, we really don't see her. Now, the big thing I'm curious about is,
but that doesn't make sense to put out a pulse signal like that, because it was they didn't know, the supercomputer in this hypothetical wouldn't know that Boomer was about to meet the commander.
It knows everything that they know. It does. They said that. They say it knows everything.
I don't know.
No, I thought when they die, it gets downloaded, and then
maybe, I don't know. We don't know enough about that. Moving on, though, for this So we'll talk about the people on Kobol before we talk about the ship. So we get some names of some people. We have met Celix. Celix is one of the.
Oh yeah. Do you think it was Friendly Fire?
I think it was Friendly Fire. I think it was Crashdown being inexperienced and they just fired at movement, and unfortunately that's what happened because we haven't seen any Cylons land on this planet. Now that does not also mean that there also isn't people who maybe still alive on the surface of this planet.
There's no way anyone's alive on Kobol.
You never know.
No shot.
I don't know.
It's in ruins.
So
and they scan the planet.
They're mole people.
We see Crashdown and the Chief.
Dwarves.
He's okay with that. You see Crashdown and the Chief butt heads again, and it's obvious that Crashdown is very inexperienced in these type of situations.
Yeah,
acting very erratic.
And the Chief is experienced. However, the Chief is going out of the chain of command because he's trying to give orders or suggestions, and as we know in military, the lower ranks don't give suggestions to the upper ranks, higher ranks.
I mean, they do a really good job of showing the LT is incompetent because he's like, we gotta get to the tree line, and the Chief is like, we should check to make sure we have everything, and he's like, there's no time, and then the lieutenant gets to the tree line and is like, you forgot it, it's all your fault, go back and get it. Like,
and as a result,
what a terrible leader.
We meet Tarn, and Tarn dies. He gets shot and killed. Callie and the Chief are currently by themselves, as far as we know, and the gentleman known as Cecinus, which is the guy with fluid in his lungs, is currently in need of the drug
Sarasone.
Sarasone. I wrote that somewhere. You're right. Sarasone, which apparently is probably just some sort of, my guess would be a steroid anti-inflammatory, because that's what they were using, because he has
they said it makes him breathe.
He has a pneumo right now, which means he has a popped lung and there's fluid filling up into the air lung, my specialty. Radiology, so I knew, obviously they're gonna have to put a chest tube into him eventually to drain all that fluid. But which is what they did in one of the parts where they put the needle in. We moving to the ship. So Captain Adama, Commander Adama, I'm sorry, is shot right now in the chest and stomach, and we had met a med tech this episode, a medic named Fisher. Now, she is just a medic, but she was able to stabilize him.
Yes, yeah.
For now, which sounds like his heart stopped. The AED that they had was not charged correctly, and so she had to manually stimulate it with her hands. It sounded like she had to pump his heart.
While also closing up his spleen.
Yes, that too. So she did
that.
I
don't even know how that works. They just stitch it together? Is there like a special glue? Like,
stitches. Laceration.
Just like tight
cauterize, he's right. Cauterize usually. So
they use woodworking tools in a body.
They have to. They do though.
They do.
When we do surgeries in the hospital, they use Black and Decker tools and drills and stuff.
They do. They use drills or something. Anyways, we're not launching into this.
So we learned that now. Commander Ty is obviously in charge. Captain
and
Kelly
struggling with being without.
Well, he
Adama.
We find out he never wanted to be in charge.
Yeah, we find out that
we also
Adama,
found out they both were kicked out of the Navy.
I heard that all down.
We also found out
There's a big thing to note. He before we get to that, Commander Tide does not want to be in charge. His wife wants him to be in charge too. So there's a conflict.
And Commander Adama also wants him to be in charge. Clearly, now he clearly trusts him.
Now, as you were saying, I wrote some notes down in case you need them. Room number 3.
We just watched it. So I think an important thing I noticed was it seems like Adama climbed the ladder pretty fast.
Aggressively.
It was nepotism.
Aggressively. Well, no, nepotism got him back in, and his name in that guy's mind. But it seems like Adama also clawed his way in.
Is he a Cylon after all?
No, he aged.
No,
they grew facial hair.
It didn't really look like it. It didn't look like it was actually that long ago.
So we're listening.
Right?
It looked like it was probably 5-10 years ago.
No, that was about 20 to 30 years ago. Is my guess. That's my guess. Was 20 to 30 years ago.
Based off of what? Because it's not their hairlines.
So no. You have to assume that those characters. And this is 2004. They didn't want to recast those actors, so you knew who they were. So they tried to make them look younger by giving him a mustache, and they gave Colin or Ty hair. So you have to assume he's trying to be 20 to 30 years younger, because at this point, I'm assuming.
I'm going 10.
I'm assuming that.
Yeah, your hair.
No,
he had thin hair.
I'm doubling down on this. I'm 100% doubling down on this because it seems like Lee is not alive yet in these situations, because right now he referenced to his wife. He said he just got married to his wife Anne. Anne is the wife, and Anne's father is
I mean, sorry. So Colonel Taj has been he's bald since he was like 25.
No, they're like, I'll give him 20 years.
Hey,
I'll give Mikey 20
genetics.
years.
He might be 30 and now he's 60.
Yeah, but Apollo's. If what you're saying, Apollo's not 20.
He's like 25, 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
So you're saying that was 25 or 30 years ago?
Yes.
They did not do a good job of representing that.
Well, it's a movie that came out, a TV show that came
How do you know?
before.
Hold on.
Yeah.
How do you know that now, since they got married, they're going to have a child? They could already have Apollo. You're making assumptions. Just pointing
Because
it out.
there's two brothers.
Just point it. Hey. You can have both. You can have two kids.
I'm just going to assume that they didn't have the kids pre-marriage. The wife is
assume.
Yeah, I'm assuming.
I think we can't get no conclusive.
But anyways, Anne is the father. Anne's father is a part of the defense committee. He's on the chair of the defense committee.
No, Anne's father's friend.
Yeah, his friend. I'm sorry. You're correct. So that means that
Learn your nepotism,
that means
right?
they have a favor to call in. Now, they keep showing number 3, which was obviously Colin or Ty's room in this. Saul Ty's room in this. Before he became.
Is he number 3?
No.
That'd be pretty on the nose.
Maybe he's a silent. Who knows? But he was kicked out of the fleet, it looks like. And so was Adama. Now, maybe they got kicked out of the fleet.
I'm imagining it has to do with the bloody flashback thing.
Or the first Cylon War.
Right.
I'm thinking it's got to do with the war.
The first Cylon War.
Maybe they did something stupid during the war.
It seems like they were working on a freighter. So they were taken out of command and they were working almost like,
no, it sounds like
jobs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It sounds like they got pulled out of the military and they were working commercial.
But Adama did not like this and was not for him. So he wanted to go back and, get back into becoming a major, obviously calling in a favor. Ty, it did not seem I thought he was going to, kill himself, but I feel like he was just destroying all remembrance of the colonial military with his medals and his stuff by doing that. And he did not want to do it, but if Adama offered him, I think he was willing to do it because Adama is his best friend, it seems like, because he was there when they got drunk.
Yeah, I mean, he was literally about to commit suicide. And
I don't think he was committing suicide. I think he was burning his medals.
I thought it was suicide too at first, but then I think
it looked like lighter fluid, and he had it like in a tray on his medals.
Yeah, I don't know. It could go either way.
Okay, fair.
He was very drunk. So maybe that's where his drinking problem comes from too.
Well, it seems like he was drinking since he's been discharged.
Yes.
That was the vibe I got.
Let's keep it going on though. We have obviously this episode is called Scattered. Our fleet is scattered because Gata did not transmit the coordinates after they updated the rendezvous point because of the chaos of being shot, which understandable.
And he got them out of it.
Now he had to do
by putting them at risk.
He put them at risk. And
he gambled.
He did exactly what Adama did not want by making an open network computer system just so that he can combine 3 systems to process.
You know what I don't understand though?
It worked. We'll give him.
I don't understand how the Cylons were able to hack into the system when, through what? Because they just connected some computers together. They didn't put transmitters on there, or is there a network that is hackable that they hooked into?
There probably is a network involved on this ship.
I'm imagining only due to the systems they said they were combining, it didn't really sound like it was just like okay, we have a network now. It seemed like it was a larger scale.
But to separate the network, they just pulled 4 plugs.
Yes. So, and even that to me means it's like a closed network.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not, dude. Yeah, it's not. It's,
I don't know.
Whatever.
I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't. Yeah,
the moment there's 2 together. Well, it may actually just be more so that at any point in time they are vulnerable to, if it's not an analog system, but it could just be. As you increase the size of the network, it's just easier and faster for them to break through whatever.
But also what it might be is
maybe it uses the computer itself to hack it.
I don't know.
But also maybe instead of having the functions automatically input, they manually input all the functions. So computer A says this, so Gata writes what computer A says down, and then manually inputs it into computer B. But when you network them, they do that automatically, but also by doing so it allows there to be a signal caught by the Cylons.
Maybe the connections between them accept handshakes at that point.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Now, one thing I want to make a mention though is congrats to Gata on making that firewall. I do not think he is a Cylon, but I will say that it is pretty I do
It's just convenient that it was his fault and his fix. All I'm saying.
Well, but, I mean, he's also.
He's also could just be a great. Yeah, it could be as simple as that. I was just saying. I'm just don't want to just be like, wow, he's a great character. I'm like,
now
could be grounds.
At last episode, Mike said that Gaius and Six are going to have a baby.
And the commenters told me I was wrong.
The commenters said Mike was wrong. However, Gaius...
Dude's out of his mind, okay? It doesn't mean it's true.
Do you think that they're going to steal Sharon's baby? And Sharon
number 6 is cold as fuck and hates Sharon.
Sharon brings the baby with...
Gaius, this is our baby. Why does it look Asian?
I feel like that might be related to that. I don't know if I have anything else. Sharon took the ship, soft firewall. So the one thing I will like to also mention is that we start to see the religion play a point, because the guard for within the people that aren't the main characters, because we see Rosalind is known as a prophet by people.
Yeah, God, I didn't like that.
Her guard was like, "Can you please pray for me?"
But there's nothing worse than people viewing your elected official as a god.
I didn't get that.
Prophet, yeah.
I didn't get that at all. I got that.
Yeah,
she's known to be devout, and he wanted to pray with her. I don't think they know she's a prophet.
But he said that.
He didn't say her name. He said the old prophet's name.
No, I thought he was talking about her.
No, he did not say Rosalind. He said something with a J. That's the old one.
Interesting.
I thought he said...
No. I mean, we can rewind and check back.
We'll find out.
But I'm pretty sure that it was not about Rosalind. It was just like,
okay,
pray with me, please. I'm scared.
Got it.
And knowing the president is a believer.
All right. I was actually all my notes that we've touched.
But he said,
"Yeah, Mike, I didn't even have to watch.
Lead us and find us to Earth."
Hey, I try to keep a structured discussion so that way we stay on top and don't miss things.
No, of course.
Now, does anybody have anybody they want to add to the Cylon board?
You were saying something, Joe?
Sorry.
No, I don't. No,
I thought you wanted to add.
No, I just said the only reason I'm mentioning that is it's like groundwork for suspicion. I don't think he is currently, but if another super convenient thing happens, I'm going to be like, okay, sure, I'll put him on there. Right? Is that fair? Yeah.
Were you serious about the colonel too, or the commander, Ty?
No,
I number 3. You thought?
No, that was just a show.
That was a wild. And
it's just they did show us the door like 4 or 5 times, and at some point I was like,
"Why is it 3 important?"
But I feel like if he was a Cylon, then he would have wanted to.
Don't forget, bro. They said Adama is a Cylon. So
what if
Starbuck?
Mike's like, Starbuck.
You have your fringe Starbuck idea. Apollo or the commander.
One of the comments was Starbuck being a Cylon is a valid theory, but Starbuck being an Adama is not a valid theory. I laughed. And his other comment was like, well, they kind of got secretly married. You don't know. And we were like, oh, fuck. But I don't have anything else to add. I had a really good time with that episode.
No, I have no one else.
No, I meant anything else to add.
Yeah.
No,
that's a good episode. Things are starting to move. Fleet's back together finally. And we have to stabilize Commander. Don.
Yes, and there's a raiding party on board.
Yes, now the interesting thing I would
Nothing
like
bad will happen.
Oh, and Starbuck and Hilo are still marooned.
Do you think the Cylons are going to break out, Boomer?
Maybe. I don't know. You said scattered because the fleet was scattered. Also, the cast is scattered.
That's what I'm saying, yes.
Yeah. We haven't resolved the scattered
Starbuck's literally stuck on
like they're actually they're aside from the fleet being separated, they're still scattered.
And technically, the fleet wasn't scattered. It was just the Battlestar Galactica was scattered.
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
They were all like, where is this Battlestar?
With our president.
They probably thought the Battlestar was dead. They didn't make it out. It was a good, But that's just divulging. Now, I don't have anything else to add. Thank you for joining us. Do you guys have anything you want to say?
No, that's it.
Thank you for joining us for episode 1 of the 2nd season of Battlestar Galactica. If you watched the reaction and the discussion and didn't check it out, we do have this episode available for full-length avail on our Patreon, so go check it out for free. And if you want to support us after that, we do appreciate it. Otherwise, we are the 732 Review Crew. I am Mikey.
I'm Joe.
I'm Mike.
And thank you for joining us. We do hope you enjoy. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you next time. So say we all.
So say we all.
So say we